It is currently 10:33 p.m. I am currently in the process of looking for a third-party website that I can use in order to isolate the sounds of outside from a running on the street sound effect by the Sounds Recorded YouTube channel that I recorded part of using Audacity. I tried doing a noise reduction, but thinking that would remove the sounds of outside, basically the wind. I don't want that wind blowing sound to overlap with the nighttime city ambiance sound effect that I have playing throughout the scenes that I'm working on. In order to represent a city at night. However, the noise reduction it kind of just made the whole sound quieter without isolating the sound of the footsteps on the street from the sounds of the wind. The first audio isolator website, as I call them, I tried, didn't work. Because it's only meant for, you're supposed to use it for separating vocals from music. And it didn't detect any vocals because there were no vocals. I was able to find this website that I've used previously, Lalo.ai. It has stem separation types ranging from vocal and instrumental, drums, bass, voice and noise, electric guitar, acoustic guitar, piano, and the synthesizer, which is in beta. Although this time I'm not entirely sure if it'll be able to do what I'm hoping to do. This is my first night at Dad's new place since he fully finished moving in. Around 10 in the morning, well, actually more around 10:30 in the morning, He came to Mom's place with one of his friend's trucks, that of Andy, in order to help transport my mattress and its associated box from Mom's place to Dad's new place, and ultimately into this attic room, which serves as my room at Dad's house. The temperature is nice and comfortable as long as this window is kept shut. Although because of these slanted ceilings, there is a bit of a need to be careful to ensure that I don't bump my head against it. At one point, since getting back from Brody's at the Bay, I ended up doing that a little bit. Yeah, but I'm perfectly fine. The mattress and its associated box, it came from the basement's kind of spare room where there's a whole bunch of clutter, but it's looking better in recent months than it did for most of its history, thanks to recent efforts by Mom to clean up the house. The mattress and its box, it weren't as big as my bed in my room at Mom's place, but it's still big enough for me. Ultimately, it was decided by Dad that it was kind of overkill for him to borrow Andy's truck. It provided a good spot for the mattress and its box. We put it on the sort of flatbed of the truck, and Dad tied it down to ensure it wouldn't go flying. While we drove, and Mom packed that wolf fleece blanket I won at a Halloween costume contest back when I went to the college at Rockport, along with some pillows and some comforters. I packed all the Sharpie markers that used to be part of my old arrangement of Sharpie markers in my marker satchel, along with some extra clothes. In one plastic bag, and then in another, both these bags being white, I put in the Sharpie markers I had put in the satchel as part of the new arrangement, since for the time being I couldn't bring the marker satchel, since that would have just been more stuff to bring. And at that time I hadn't yet completed the new arrangement of Sharpie markers in my marker satchel to make it more organized. And what I did is, so I can have all available Sharpie markers to work on what for the foreseeable future is going to be the third Josh Allen polystyrene drawing. And I'm doing this drawing as part of a commission. Andy's truck only really had a driver's seat and a front passenger seat. And yet, despite that, I was able to fit everything I ultimately wanted to bring. I see this as a sort of area where I can work on my polystyrene drawing projects. This might be the space where I work. While my laptop is here for looking up reference images, which either reference images or images to decide how exactly I want to do a drawing. Which is what I'll need to do for the third Josh Allen drawing. When we got to Dad's house, I helped him move first the box and then the mattress itself into this attic room. In a way, it feels more secluded than the old spare room back at the apartment unit, because while that room was separated by just a hallway, this one is separated by a story and a flight of stairs. And it's also kind of separated by a hallway, because this room is kind of a separate room within the attic itself. I helped Dad get the box and then the mattress up the stairs, for which we both had to be careful not to accidentally bump our heads on the doors, and had to lift the box and the mattress at both ends at a pretty steep angle to get up the stairs without any scraping. And then we had to kind of swing or turn to get into the attic itself. At Mom's place, from Mom's place to Andy's truck, I think Dad barely needed my help for the box and fully needed my help for the mattress, according to my best recollection, because the mattress is heavier than the box. I recall, to tie those things down, Dad used sort of rope with these hooks at the end. And the hooks attached to sort of holes at the sides of the flatbed part of the truck. If I recall, I believe we finished moving the bed and then the mattress in at around 10:45 in the morning. I got up today probably around 7 in the morning after getting a couple hours sleep. I ended up kind of falling asleep later in the evening, probably from roughly 6 to maybe 9. And then when I woke up, I had to do a whole bunch of Spanish Duolingo lessons so that I wouldn't fall out of the Diamond League I'm in. But I was ultimately able to dig myself out of that hole. We took a break from roughly 11 till noon, when Dad and I first went to Andy's place to return his truck and for us to get into Dad's car so that we could then pick up his friend Bill. And then I think we got to Brody's at the Bay, either at or before 1 p.m., so that we could watch the game Dad wanted to watch was the game between the Vikings and the Bears. I was only invested in the Vikings winning because I knew that Dad wanted them to make the playoffs and ultimately the Super Bowl and win it. While in the end, the Vikings did manage to win. Like they have a knack of doing, according to Dad, the game came down to the wire. They won by a single score. They got a big lead within the first quarter, and then gradually blew it over the next 2 quarters. And then for the fourth quarter, managed to get a touchdown. At times, I was kind of at times, for the majority of the game, I couldn't really tell if the Vikings would be able to win or not. there was at least one point in which I thought it was all over. After a seemingly failed fourth down conversion attempt. But then there was a penalty against the Bears, and I felt in my mind that kind of saved them, even though ultimately the Bears got possession of the ball. During our time at Brody's at the Bay, the chicken wings pictured were the only ones I had, while I had one more slice of the pizza we got, in this case the equivalent of a pepperoni pizza with bacon on it, but the menu called it a Boston Whaler. I had one more slice than what was pictured. As for the chicken wings, it had a sauce called jerk sauce. It was somewhat spicy, although by that point I had had the pizza and then some of Bill's spaghetti, though I only had a small amount of it because I ate it pretty slowly, trying to be careful not to stain up the yellow t-shirt I wore at the time. It was kind of a sort of challenge by Dan and Bill for me not to stain it, and I found the sauce of the spaghetti to be a little too sweet for my liking. As for the drink I had, I just had a single mule with vodka, and I think if I recall correctly, I had some 2 to 3 glasses of water after that mule. And by the way, so far that lao.ai website didn't seem to do what I was hoping for it to do, at least based off first impressions, though I'll keep looking around, thinking about what I can do to best complete what I need to complete for the 99th Dan Hamming episode.